you get a chance to win an adventure in Morocco, South Korea, or Japan! But of course, this movie is also eligible for a very special award that you have the power to grant, and that is the Midnight Madness People's Choice Award presented by Rogers. Vote at tiff.net/vote. Do not forget to do that while you're also trying to win a trip to an amazing adventure from Intrepid Travel. A big thank you to Rights Cube for providing us with this film. Of course, major thank you to Japan Foundation for their support of tonight's screening. And I would like to acknowledge that in the house we have the Consul General of Japan, Mr. Natsuko Kenichi. I love this movie. I love this filmmaker. This is a film. It's not a horror movie, but it is about people who love horror and use horror films to make incredible, inspiring, beautiful things. I hope when you watch this movie, you feel something and you feel a desire to create something new. Because that's the power of cinema, and this movie understands the power of art. Please welcome Kenichi Ugana!
Hi everyone, I'm Kenichi Ugana, the director of the Gesuidouz. My mother loved the splatter movie, and I grew up watching beloved movie like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Evil Dead, everything since I was a child. So, although I was born in Japan, I share same blood as everyone here. And that's why it was my dream to come true, join at the Midnight Madness. And now I'm here with a great audience. Thank you very much. And there was a time when I couldn't make a movie. I'm doing a completely different job for a few years. But I'm glad I didn't give up, and now I'm here. Thank you, Peter, and thank you, great producers, great staffs, great cast, and great audience. This is our first gig in our world tour, and you are first audience, our first gig. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Maybe some crowd surfing, I can say that. Don't do crowd surfing. But get ready to enjoy and meet the Gesuidouz! Natsuko! love this movie so much, and one of the things I love about the film is the style. The band looks so good. Everyone looks so good in this movie. How did you create the band's identity through their wardrobe? What inspired their characters and their wardrobe and their style?
はい、なんかそもそもグランジって多分カート・コバーンもパジャマ着たりその場にあるものを着ていてそれが結果スタイルになったと思っていてで今回も彼らがその場にあるものそれが日本の浴衣だったり着物だったりたまにはジャージだったりを着てでそれがスタイルになっていく形を作りたくてこのようにしました。
For the grunge, like a Kurt Cobain, he was wearing pajama. So he was basically wearing like whatever you can find. That's like a style of grunge. So in this film, they find like sometimes yukata or kimono or jersey. That became their style.
They are my Nirvana.
You're Nirvana,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'd love to hear from the actors. What was Kenichi's direction in terms of how your character should be, and then how did you think about your own character and what you wanted to bring to that character?
はい、皆さんに聞きたいんですけれども、監督の役に対して指示はどうでしたか？どうやって役を作り上げていきましたか？
結構任せてくれた印象です。
I have an impression that he let me do what I want to do.
I choose her. Just it. 同じく。
Same.
I choose him. That's it.
好きに遊んでたら勝手に撮ってた感じです。
I was playing freely and he was basically shooting me.
There's a lot of play. Rocko, what about you?
Well, when we were preparing for the film, Kenichi and I, maybe in his living room in Tokyo, watched Leningrad Cowboys Go America, and he was like this. And when I drum in real life, it's usually like a lot of like big faces and very silly. And he was like, no, none of that. Just be completely like the whole time. And I was like, great, let's do it. Yeah, it was awesome.
How did Maki teach us?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
The ultimate sensei.
So one of the biggest challenges in writing or making a movie about music, especially music that does not exist before the movie, is that you have to write a really good song. And can you talk about the process of writing the music, who wrote the music, and was it just as agonizing for the composers as it was for our characters to birth the song?
そうですね、なんか僕のお願いしたい曲のイメージを京野さんという作曲してくださる方に伝えてでもっとこうみたいな発注はしていってでその後で僕が作詞させてもらってなんかお互いディスカッションしながら作曲に関しても作詞に関してもディスカッションしながら作っていったイメージですね。
I had the image of songs, and there's a composer, his name is Kyono, and I was keeping some orders and I was making lyrics, so I had a discussion with him, and then that's how we made songs.
でもなんか途中で、ゴダールのシンフォニー・フォー・ザ・デビルみたいが出来上がっていくみたいにゴダールが1+1で撮ったみたいに曲ができていく過程をそのまま映画に残したくてで彼らは実際弾ける人たちなんで、曲を作る過程もそうですし曲が出来上がっていく過程を映画に残すっていうのも僕にとってすごい重要なことでした。
So like when Godard made a symphony for demo, like 1+1, I wanted to leave the process of how the songs are made, so that's how I made this film.
Wow, I didn't even that occurred to me while watching the film for the first time. So it's amazing to hear that those were the influences. I'd love to hear from the cast since you were given so much freedom to play. Was there anything that you brought to the character that was not Kenichi's idea, was not in the original script, but was very important for your character to do? I mean, there's a lot of rubber ducks. Was that Kenichi's idea? Or?
役者の皆さんに伺いたいんですけれども、役の中で監督の指示がないけれどもやっちゃったような演技とかってありますか？
そうですね。とりあえずお酒だけ用意されたので、好きにやってたら気づいたらアヒルを泳がせてましたね。お酒の上に。
So they prepared Japanese sake, and I was just doing my own thing, acting freely, and I ended up floating this duck toy on the sake.
彼は全部自由にやってました。
He was
僕が
basically
一番
a
自由にやらせてもらいました。監督は何も言わないので、ここまでやっていいのかなっていうのがもう全部 OK だったんで、好きにやりました。
Yeah, he basically let me play the role very freely. He said I can do whatever I want.
けどライブで最初アフロが吹っ飛んでいっちゃうんですけど、カットになるかと思って俺後ろ向いて笑ってるんですけど、あれは採用されてましたね。
そう、僕その後もう一ピーク撮ってるんですけど、あえてそっちを使いました。
NG かと思いましたね、あれはね。僕もこう撮れて絶対撮れちゃいけないと思ってたんで、あーって叫んでましたからね。
Yeah, there's a scene where I was playing music so much, and then my wig came off, and I thought he's gonna cut it. So I was kind of shocked and then screaming, but he took the scene, and then they did a retake again, but basically he chose the scene where his wig came off.
You embraced all the mistakes.
なんならもう一回やってくれって言ってましたからね。次のライブでもう一回アフロ飛ばしてくれとか。僕は地毛だと思ってたんですけど、もう完全にカツラになったんで、もう寝るときはもう外してくれとかもう好き勝手言ってました。
そうですね、自由に遊んでました。
Yeah, basically he asked me to make the wig fly again, and I thought I was gonna use my own hair, but it turned into a wig. So he sometimes told me oh, you can take the wig off even if it's in a roll.
There's a moment in the film where Hanako is eaten by a cow and goes into this ethereal dream space concert. Could you talk about the significance of that concert that she's attending within the stomach of a cow? He's the director, yeah.
僕もよくわかんないです。
I don't really know myself.
Good answer. I have one question I'll save for the end, but maybe some of the audience will answer it as well. So let's move to the audience and see if the audience has any questions for the Gesuidouz. We have a hand right over there. There was a poster of a humongous Canadian film, but where did the posters come from? Who collected all those posters and decorated their farmhouse and Hanako's room?
そうですね、僕もこういうのが好きでっていうのは美術の人、アートデパートメントに伝えて、多分アートデパートメントの人が飾ってくれたと思います。
So I told the art department my preference, so that's how they decided to use the poster.
たまには全然知らないものも飾られてます。
So sometimes they do, they put posters that I don't even know.
I was wondering if any came from your own collection. Right over there.
Did you shoot that scene from the set of Egg specifically for the screening because they're both playing at the same time?
Oh, the Joseph Kahn sequence? I can explain that. When he had submitted the film, he had all these cameos, and I was in the process of inviting the Joseph Kahn film, and I mentioned it to Joseph and about these cameos were there, and then he said, "I'll shoot it because I'm a music video director, so it would be funny." And we realized it would be funny that the band gets so big that he's gonna he's gonna scrap the Eminem Britney Spears duet for the Gesuidouz.
あれは彼のアドリブです。自由に。
Yeah, that was his ad lib basically. So he just did it the way he wanted to do it.
Yeah, he initially it was just the request to Joseph was just to say I love the Gesuidouz, and then he shot a whole scene. Right over there.
Did the cast and crew have a favorite day of filming? It
Did
seems
you guys
like
have a
very
favorite day of filming? Because it just looks like this would have been very fun to shoot.
キャストに伺いたいんですけれども、この撮影の中ですごく楽しかった日ってありますか？
Maybe the last day of shooting, but it was very hard work. But the last day of shooting, I remember the Gesuidouz, we played one of the songs just for the crew. Like we weren't filming it, but we played that final song for the crew, and it was just for us, just like at the very end of the shoot. It was a very like beautiful ending that was like just for us, and the crew was all there, and we were all jumping around, and just like having fun. It's very nice.
You're all in agreement? Because that does sound pretty special.
It was very nice.
いや全部本当楽しくて初めてのこうやって演技させてもらったんですけど、普段バンドやっててなんかそのまんまみんなは違う作品に移っていく、なんか僕はそのまんまゲスイドウズのまんま自分のバンドにつながって、今こうやってお客さんと会えたことが本当にようやくここで初めて作品が終わったというか、撮影が終わったのかなと思います。
I enjoyed every single moment. It was my first time to act because I'm usually in a band. For the other cast, they probably go to shoot other films, but I stayed as a band member of Gesuidouz, and then when I'm standing here, I feel like I finally finished filmmaking.
Good job. Okay. Over there was another question. There's a hand I saw with the mask. Yes, that you said.
You all had so much charisma. And, didn't even seem like acting. It was just doing what you do, and where did that come from?
Well, let's talk about the final performance when you finally sing "Smells Like a Zombie." What was that the last day of shooting, or is that a different day? Because it's such an incredible performance, and Natsuko, your performance is, I just think, breathtaking. It's just an amazing emotional performance, and I guess pose the question, the audience was just like, what were you all thinking of, in those moments? What were you drawing upon to bring that emotion to the character?
最後の方のパフォーマンスでスペース・ライク・ゾンビの歌を歌っていた時に本当に夏子さん素晴らしかったんですけれども、あれは最終日に撮られたんですが、また歌を歌っている時に何を考えてましたか？
最終日ではなかったですね。
地方での最終日ですね。
It wasn't really a last day, but it was the last day of shooting at the like a rural area.
でもその高崎で1週間くらい泊まり込みでみんなで撮影してて、最終日、その高崎の最終日っていうのもあって、やっぱりすごいチームも出来上がっていて、だからもうシンプルにバンドと解散ライブだと思って本当に思って歌っていましたのと、あと後々ウガナさんからゾンビのおばあちゃんがいっぱい出てくるからそれを見ながら歌ってっていうことだけ忘れないようにやってました。
So we were filming in Takasaki about 1 week, and that scene was the last day in Takasaki, and we were already like making great team. So I really felt like simply it was my last live, and I was singing. And then also the director told me when audience is watching the film, there's many zombie grandmas, so you have to look at them.
So imagine the zombie grandmas. There's a question in the dress circle, which will be my last one before I ask everyone else one question. Yes? the significance of the name, the Gesuidouz, how you arrived at it, and
Yeah.
what does everyone think of it?
まあなんか日本の有名なパンクソングで「ドブネズミみたいに美しくなりたい」っていう歌詞があるんですけど、まあ、そこみたいに彼らもまあ、ドブネズミのように生きながらそして美しいと僕は思っているんで、そこから、曲を取りドブネズミが住んでるような下水道から名前を取りました。
In Japanese punk band song, there's a line saying, "I want to be beautiful like gutter rats," and I find gutter rats beautiful, and I want them to live and beautifully like that. So gutter rats live in a sewage, and Gesuido basically means sewage. That's why I named my film Gesuidouz.
I really fell in love with all four of you in this movie. Will we ever see you all together again? Will the Gesuidouz reunite one day? Is there the hope?
In Glastonbury version.